don't have like a human fetus child thing. Oh my god. A human fetus child thing. Maybe could have chose better words for that. What's up? It's Lauren and welcome back to my channel. I have been meaning to do a video like this for actual ever. I feel like we have a lot of conversations similar to today's video on the podcast, but I feel like the podcast can sometimes be a little inappropriate for my younger viewers. So I totally get it and want to be able to have those conversations on the main channel as well. So I am 27. I know that that may come as a surprise to some of my viewers and probably some of you maybe not. I feel like recently in this past year, I've been very vocal about wanting to make content that is more relatable for my age and just like the authenticity of the conversations that I'm also having in my own daily life as a 20-something year old. I also feel like because of just like my job and kind of my life journey, I've grown up, and I don't want to say that like I've matured faster because I don't know if that's necessarily correct, but I've definitely grown up in weird ways because of what I do. And maybe that actually illegitimizes, is that a word? Illegitimizes? Makes my advice less legit or more legit. I'm not sure. You can be the decision maker there because I don't really know. So everything that we're gonna talk about today is not from a textbook, it's not from a meme page, it's not from a Pinterest quote. This is just like genuinely the shit that I wish someone had sat me down at some point and been like, here's some shit you need to know. So hopefully there's like a sprinkle of knowledge at some point in this video that helps you in your life. Also, the tie-dye kits and the art club collection are officially live, so make sure to grab your size and a kit before they sell out. And I am already so excited. I was looking at the back end of the shop.laurDIY.com page and a lot of it's already shipped out and I can't wait to see the tie-dye stuff that you guys do. Go forth, tie-dye, and make me proud. With that said, onward, let's get into the video. And our first topic, little piece of advice that was truly life-changing for me. And maybe you already know this. I just feel like I didn't understand the depth at which this statement is true. So here it is, simply put, social media is not real life. I feel like it's almost ironic because I am like a social media person and so much of what you guys see is my real life. So I don't want to make this like a blanket statement that everything you see on social media is not real life, because in a lot of cases, that's absolutely not true. I would say that a large portion of a lot of my old videos is not a good representation of my real life. I would say now, what you see is really what you get, and sometimes I'm maybe a little too authentic. But we're working on finding the filter. We're working on it. But what I mean by social media is not real life, and I didn't fully grasp this concept until I moved to LA and like saw what I'm talking about in the flesh. So many influencers face-tune their photos, alter their skin and bodies and video, get varying levels of work done, and so many influencers and celebs can afford these like unrealistic lifestyles that are so unrelatable to the average person, with having a personal chef, having a personal trainer, and that's just not real life. When I first moved to LA, so many of the people that I encountered had physically altered something about themselves, and I want to be very clear here. Bitch, do you. If you want to get your boobs done, if you want to get lip filler, if you want to get extensions, if you want to get lash extensions, if you want to get veneers, it is truly your body, your choice. And I don't know your story. I don't know your motive for why you do want these alterations. I would hope that it's in a positive life, but at the end of the day, it's not my damn business. I frequently fall victim to comparison on Instagram and TikTok specifically, where everyone's hair is perfect, everyone's makeup is flawless, their bodies are something that I might be working towards. And it is just so important to do a reality check. So much of social media media is an illusion, and with the ability to use an app that's $2 on the App Store to Facetune your body and face to look completely different, it breaks my heart to know that there are so many people who are easily influenced and find themselves comparing their real life body, their real life flaws to something that's been so altered. I think the key here is to just acknowledge that not everything on social media is going to be 100% real. And comparison is natural and normal, and it is absolutely impossible to avoid it at all times. But, and I feel like the point that I really want to drive home here is that I never want you to put yourself down or feel like you need to change something because of something that you saw online that may or may not be real. Love yourself, love your body, be kind to yourself, and if you do want to change something, just make sure that it is for you. Full transparency, I feel like everyone's noticed that my lips are looking a little fuller because I've been overlining them on a daily basis, and I've been considering getting a little bit of lip filler because it'll be more convenient for my daily makeup routine and because I like the way that it looks on me, not because I saw Kylie Jenner do it and I want to be Kylie Jenner and I want Kylie Jenner's lips. It is absolutely a personal decision. It is your body, it is your choice, and I just want you to be aware and conscious of what you're comparing yourself to on social media. Next is one that I don't know why this, like, I just woke up one day and it clicked and I was like, oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know if I was just late to the game on this one, or maybe everyone else knows this and I just didn't know this, but being an adult doesn't just happen overnight. I grew up thinking that adults at some point just like crossed this magical bridge of maturity and became what was in my mind an adult. Someone who just like automatically knows how to be mature, understands how to be courteous and adult-like and formal, and knows right from wrong. And oh my god, bitch, that's just not reality. That is just not what happens. I don't know where I thought this magical bridge was coming from, this like bridge to maturity, but if someone is a vicious, heartless, selfish person at 18, you know what, they definitely may grow out of that. They may come across, you know, people that change the way that they perceive things and the way that they interact with others. That can absolutely happen. But there are just so many people that become who they are at age 18 and then at 28 are still that same person just 10 years later. I just thought that like maybe around 21 maybe they just be like la 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 over to adulthood, and they just became a better person and a more mature person and someone that knew right from wrong. Am I the only one that didn't know this? I think because we grow up and all of these adults around us are the figures of authority, you're just like, oh, well, like obviously they know right from wrong. Obviously they know what's best for me and everyone in the classroom per se. But like, it's just not always like that. I have met so many mature, incredible, generous, caring people that are 20 and 40-year-olds who are the most selfish, horrible people. Age genuinely does not directly correlate with being mature. Maybe I just need to redefine this whole thing in my brain. Was this bad advice? I feel like maybe I still haven't even figured it out. Scooting on over to a little bit of dating advice, and this is a literal law of the Wild Till 9 podcast. I feel like we've really drilled this into our viewers and our listeners that I feel like this is aggressive. I feel like I'm not punching the viewers, I promise it's not like that. But here's the Spark Notes version of the conversations that we have around being a priority to someone. If someone wants to be with you, they will find a way to be with you. If someone wants to talk to you, they will find time to talk to you. If someone wants to hang out with you and see you, they will make that a priority and make that happen. I cannot be more clear on this, and I had a few long stints of dumb bitch-itis where I was like, okay, well, like I'll just be nicer, I'll just be cuter, like I'll just be a better girlfriend, I'll be a better friend, and then they'll want to spend more time with me and they'll want to talk to me more. Bitch, if I can save you any time and effort and heartache in your life by telling you this, please, if you only take one thing from this video, if someone wants to make you a priority, they will. And that is the end of the story. This next one is something that I feel like I still struggle with a little bit internally, with like not feeling guilty, but I know like deep down that it's right. It is okay and it is natural to outgrow certain friendships. I've had a few friendships where we've been friends for so long that I felt like we needed to stay friends, even if it wasn't a natural, easy friendship anymore, because of all the history that we had together, because of everything that we've been through together. Between the ages of like 15 to 25, I feel like you change as a person so much. You change so much, you change so many times. Like you literally just grow into, and maybe this loops back to like you becoming a mature adult. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't for you. I don't know. But that 10 years can be so pivotal. And you really have to make some hard decisions with who you want to spend your time with and who you want to surround yourself with. And is a healthy friendship or positive addition to your life. If a 5-year friendship, if a 10-year friendship grows into something that's unhealthy, there is absolutely nothing wrong, and you should not feel guilty for wanting to distance yourself or drift away from that person. And discontinuing or putting that friendship on pause doesn't mean that you didn't make great memories. It doesn't mean that you didn't have great times, that you may have helped each other through some like really crucial moments of your life. As I've gotten older, I also find myself reconnecting with so many of my friends from high school that I drifted apart from for 4, 5, 6, almost 7 years now. And we love to like look back and like reminisce on all the crazy times that we had in high school and like the shit that we went through. And there was never bad blood. We just went on separate paths, and there's nothing wrong with that. The same way that I feel like society encourages you to leave any kind of bad dating relationship, it's the same thing with friendship. Life is too short to be in a relationship of any kind that is the source of any kind of negativity in your life. Okay, this one is not serious, but like very serious. But like not serious, but like very serious. You need a dog. You need a cat, you need a gerbil, whatever the animal is that you need in your life, that you've wanted in your life, that you've attempted to manifest into your life. You need it. I want to actually step that back just a little bit. I feel like I came in pretty hot there. If you can afford and you can accommodate and you have the necessary amounts of time to invest in a pet, I so highly encourage it. Not only does it teach you so many life lessons about caring for a dependent, but I swear to God, I really think that having Moose, my dog, in my life unlocked a new level of love that I didn't think I had. I have an amazing family, I have amazing friends, I love my boyfriend, like I have amazing relationships and so much love in my life. And then I got a dog and everything changed. Like if my level of love was like at 100%, I went to 200, I went to 400% love capacity. And one of the craziest parts about it is that this furry ball of farts, of gassy, cute, well, his fart's really not that cute. He's very cute. Fart's not as cute. This furry ball of just like love has no idea how happy he makes me. I just look at him and my heart explodes over and over and over again, of every minute, of every hour, of every day. Like I cannot put into words how much having a dog in my life has changed me as a person and the capacity to which I can love. Even if you want to foster, to adopt, to dog sit, to go volunteer at shelters, animals are such a source of compassion and love and just unconditional love that I have never experienced. And maybe it's because that I don't have like a human fetus child thing. Oh my God. A human fetus child thing. Maybe could have chose better words for that, but you know what I mean. Like I am far from having human babies, and I'm sure that when you are a mother to a human child, you feel similar things. The step between that is the animal, and you need an animal. You need access to an animal. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. You guys know that I am no stranger to the topic of mental health. Also just found out I've been taking the wrong anxiety medication for the last 9 years of my life. Love that for me. I'll share that story on the vlog channel. Mental health is just so damn important, and it affects so much more than I think we even realize. Obviously, it affects our relationship with ourselves. It affects the people around us. But I think the biggest realization that I had just recently this year is that it also affects so many other elements of your body and overall well-being that I just didn't even realize stemmed from anxiety, for example, for me personally. And this might sound so black and white obvious, but everything is connected. I think the first time I realized this is that when I had back problems, it was because I actually had a pulled muscle in my butt, and that was pulling on all the things that are pulling on my back. And I was like, that does make sense. I'm just one body with lots of muscles and everything is attached. And with anxiety, potentially TMI, but one of my main side effects and other linked things when I'm really anxious and my mental health is struggling is IBS. So like, brain bad, tummy bad. Brain bad, poop bad. So when you're not taking care of yourself here, your entire body also suffers. It's so encouraging to see that our generation and younger specifically are putting so much focus and time on mental health and prioritizing making sure that there is access and resources that are free or really, really affordable. The conversations now are just so much more open, and I personally have emetophobia, and there are so many niche communities for exactly what you are going through where you can find support and you can find resources. And it is easier now than it ever has been to not feel alone in any of the struggles that you're going through. You have to prioritize your mental health the same way that you might put effort into making sure you work out and your body feels fit and you're eating healthy and your diet is nutritious. You have to find time to make sure that your mind is also getting the support and attention that you would give other parts of your body and lifestyle to feeling healthy. So much of it starts here, and I think there's just so much more that's connected. And I think because mental health is the core and root source of how we live our lives and how we interact and treat others and treat ourselves, it's just all connected and the root source that you need to take care of. Here's something that I'm not great at and not confident in accepting. It's okay to fail. It's okay to fuck up. It's okay to make mistakes. We need that. Like, we as a human need that so bad. And I don't know where this stems from. Maybe it's society, maybe it's the way that you were raised or the way that you perceive your successes and your failures. I feel like there's so much negativity around making mistakes or something being classified in your mind as a failure or something that flopped, and we feel bad about it. And by no means am I not saying throw yourself a little pity party if something doesn't work out for an hour, a day or two, a week, however long it takes you to accept that it happened, to learn from it, and move the f on. I think this applies to relationships and dating and different sexual encounters. I think this pertains to drugs and drinking and business failures. This really spans across the board. And that mistakes are okay. Not only do you learn how to problem solve, you learn how to pivot, you learn things about yourself, you learn things that you should and shouldn't do next time you encounter a similar problem. A lot of times there is literally no other way to learn except by doing. And sometimes by failing. Like low-key exposing myself, I started 2 to 4, maybe 5, 6 different businesses that flopped so hard, and I was mortified, like genuinely mortified. I took a little bit of time to relish in that feeling, and then I learned from it. I took such valuable lessons and learning teachable moments from my failures that have helped me be a better businesswoman, to be a better entrepreneur, to be a better creator and just like person because of my failures. Does it hurt your ego? Yes. Does it discourage you from potentially doing something similar? Yes. And those feelings are so natural. Like it just comes with the territory of feeling like you failed. But there are so many silver linings of a failure that you can take with you for your next project or next chapter of life. Okay, this next one is something that I didn't fully grasped the concept of until my mid-20s, and it really changed the way and the perspective that I view and receive negativity in my life. I think understanding and accepting that helps to soften the blow almost. I feel like I would walk around and be so susceptible and vulnerable to having my ego hurt when someone would treat me poorly or critique me in a way that I didn't agree with. And I think on another note, critiques are totally different, and there's like lots of constructive ways to do that and have a productive conversation. That's not what I'm talking about. For example, if someone is just like blatantly rude to you, me at age 20 would be very sad, upset. It would probably ruin my entire day because I would look inwards and try and reflect on what I might have done to provoke such a vicious, malicious, mean reaction from someone, especially if it's a stranger that you don't even know. You're like, what, how did we get here? What was I doing? And it's accepting and understanding that that person might have been having the most shit awful day of their entire life, and I just happened to ask if I could squeeze by them at the wrong time of their day. I feel like you hear it's not me, it's you in relationships when people break up, but I think that I've adopted a healthier version of like, it's you, it's literally you, not me, when you receive any kind of negativity that's unsolicited. And that perspective has helped me meet those negative interactions with kindness instead of just like the train of negative thoughts of what I had done wrong, and to just acknowledge and accept that there are so many other things happening in that stranger's life that I have no idea about. So I think moral of this life lesson is that, you know, if someone is an unsolicited dick to you, it's you, not me, and I'm gonna move on with my day and I am unaffected and will meet you with kindness. When I was in high school, we had MySpace, and at the very end, I think I may have been an early adopter to Twitter and Facebook. The social media landscape when I was a teenager was just completely different. So I don't have as much personal experience as I guess I should probably have to be giving this advice, but from someone who is on the receiving end of hate comments very frequently because of the career path that I have chosen. It really does come with the job, and I want to be very clear, I have very thick skin and I don't really hesitate to clap back at someone if they have something completely insane to say. I really think that anyone is capable of leaving a hate comment or thumbs upping a hate comment, and I feel like there's a general understanding and stigma that like when someone leaves a rude ass comment, you're like, that's a rude ass comment. But something that I don't see people talking about as often is that someone supporting negativity online has the same negative intentions as the person who left the comment in the first place. And here's a little insider influencer scoop. Influencers see so many more comments than I think viewers realize. I read maybe all of my comments. I'm obviously not physically able to respond to every single message that I get on every single social media platform, but as a creator, I take in so much of the feedback that I receive. And just speaking from personal experience, I find that it's almost more hurtful when I see a negative comment and 100 people, 1,000 people, whatever it might be, jump on that bandwagon to support that negativity. I think because throwing a thumbs up on a snarky, hurtful comment feels more anonymous, people feel less guilty about it. And I just like don't see people talking about that. When you think of malicious digital behavior, you think of, you know, sharing someone's nudes that you definitely don't have consent for, or talking shit and starting drama and dragging other people and publicly whatever it might be. But like, let's talk about the silent haters that are contributing to the negativity just anonymously. Supporting hate or being part of that conversation is not making you a happier person. It's not productive for you, and it's definitely not making the receiver of that comment a happier person. Everyone is just going through so much of their own shit, and life is too short to be so focused and caught up in being part of a negative conversation. Okay, and before we end this video, I have a few like smaller thoughts that I think just like makes more sense to be like in rapid fire format. So here we go, and potentially take notes. Support your friends' small businesses. Never go empty-handed to a friend's gathering. If they are hosting you, you show up with something. I don't care what it is, you show up with something. Check on your friends. Again, there is so much shit happening behind the scenes in everyone's lives, and even though they might have the strongest facade of being a happy individual, sometimes those are the people that need the most help. Know your worth, know your value, understand it, and be nice to yourself. Okay, don't get me wrong, I call myself a dumb bitch all the time. Dumb bitch-itis, I have it. periodically, but I do have it. But the self-talk that you give to yourself is just so important. And last but not least, and I am giving this advice, but am not as good at following it, stop avoiding your gyno, your dentist, and your doctor. Just stop doing it. I sound like my mom yelling at me to go get my teeth cleaned. That's what this feels like. And I apologize, but as a collective, Mom DIY is yelling at all of us now to go get our teeth cleaned. So those are my thoughts. This is the shit that I have learned in my 27 years of existence that I wish that I had like a mini guidebook. So I hope you learned something, or there's something that felt relatable or touched your heart in some way. Or if you only just go get your teeth cleaned, that's a win in my books. That is a win in my books. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There'll be a new episode of the Wild Till 9 podcast if you enjoyed this video and like similar conversations with a little more sex talk. There'll be a new episode of Wild Till 9 on Tuesday on the Wild Till 9 channel, and I'm doing Vlogmas, daily vlogging until Christmas. Oh my god, on the vlog channel. So get excited for that, and I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye guys, love you.
I'm the DIY queen, that's the royal elite. My pretty little kingdom out here running the